Mr. Eye Hunter here, again, and some of you may be wondering, Mr. Eye Hunter, why are you wearing a capybara? Is it related in any way to today's game? Well, no it isn't. I just wear a capybara because I want to wear a capybara. And if you aren't wearing a capybara, why aren't you wearing a capybara? Go wear a capybara, or I'll find you. And now for something completely different. Amnesia, Dark Descent. Yeah, anyway. It was made by, what's the guy? Frictional Games. Yep, some of you maybe remember them from the Penumbra series. Yeah, remember when there was limited combat in Penumbra? You know, how you had only rudimentary weapons and wasn't really a good fighter in any way, shape, or form? Well, you're gonna miss that, because in Amnesia Dark Descent, you don't get a weapon at all. At all. Yep. At all. Yep. I mean, if you throw a rock at something, it'll be stunned for a second, but that's pretty much it. The entire game revolves around you running and hiding. Now that is how you do survival horror. Seriously, they should have called like fear survival action or something. It's not survival horror. Also, you may be wondering why I'm filming from my bed as opposed to my chair. Well, it's because I wanted to sit on my bed and not because my chair is way too close to the door for any surprise character twists. Or appearances, sorry. And let's get back to the game. Alright, the game you start as Daniel, a archaeologist or some stuff, who's stuck in a castle by Alexander de Brandenburg. Yes, I'm butchering the German language. And the concept is that you don't remember anything and you have to pick up your history as you go along. Hence the name Amnesia Dark Descent. It's also known as the Unknown. I prefer Amnesia Dark Descent, it sounds cooler. And along the way, you're chased around by the Shadow. Which is basically just, well, the Shadow basically is the Evil Dead monster. I mean, the guardian of the orbs. The orbs are supernatural powers that allow people to travel between dimensions. And Alexander de Brandenburg is an alien, or time traveler, or lesser god, or some shit, I don't know. And he, of course, for some reason Alexander doesn't like you. Of course, he's a sociopathic nutjob, but whatever. His idea is to go back in time, or go to another world, or whatever, to join his people. And to do that, he needs the life forces of people via torturing them. Which is not very nice. Then again, he's a sociopathic douchebag. And, he wants you to be captured so you can be sacrificed, I guess. And to do that, he uses the Gatherers. And what are the Gatherers, you may ask? Well, they're deformed supernatural nutjobs that were poisoned by Alexander and turned into his slaves. There's Mr. Face and Mr. Tall, who are the grunts and the brutes, respectively. And also, even looking at these guys causes your sanity to deteriorate. And like I said, you can't fight them. You have to run and hide. That's all you can do. So, basically you hide in cupboards and hide in the darkness. But the problem with this is that the darkness drains your sanity. Kind of like Call of Cthulhu Dark Corners of the Earth. But whatever. It also, so basically you need to stay in the light if you want to stay sane. So basically, half the time you're just going to be like, look at the shiny light, look at the shiny light, look at the shiny light. As some playthroughs may have told you. Like that Nutjob Gaming or whatever. By the way, go see his channel. And, there's also creatures like the Kyrk, which is an invisible water-dwelling creature. The only way to get past him is to throw meat at a far distance, so he can go eat it. Because usually there's a time puzzle, which means you have to slowly turn the crank or the valve as he's running towards you, and you're just freaking out, and you're like, anyway. And there's also Heinrich Cornelius, whatever his name is, who's an actual occult figure. If you look on the Amnesia wiki, you'll probably know who he is. And he was actual supposed magician. He comes in as a mutilated corpse, and he basically helps you along the way in some cases. The gameplay is very good. The atmosphere is amazing, and like I said, it centers around like tricking the beast to ignoring you. There is actually a funny scene where a brute comes running at you, but if you jump at the right time, you can get him to fall into a chasm, which is a lot of fun. And not much more I can say. Go download it off Steam. It's a great game. It's really fun. But one thing, if you don't like games that don't involve any kind of combat, this might not be the game for you. But it's a really fun game, especially and it has a really high replayable mode or whatever, since it has like 3 different endings, which is really fun. Well, I guess that's all. I'm Mr. iHunter, and what? How did I even get past him? He was blocking the door. What is with the continuity? Ah! 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 Oh no! Ah! I am your new host, Necro Hunter, and as my first demand, no more fedoras.